No problem. All right. So, good evening, everybody. Yesterday we look at flat corrective structure. All right. Look at flat corrective structure. And I did said in the lesson that corrective structure is more or less like a boat holding two iron together. All right. There's a boat that you use to fasten them together here. This boat is corrective structure. All right. This is impulse. And this is impulse. Market always like to move impulse, correction, impulse. Impulse, correction, impulse. Impulse, correction, impulse. This is how market love to move. Okay, so that is why the knowledge of corrective structure is very important. And yesterday we treated flat corrective structure. We look at the three variants of flat corrective structure. We look at regular flat, where you have impulse 1, 2, 3. It doesn't break up, it doesn't break down, boom, to the upside. 2, we have running flat. All right, where you have impulse, you have this break up, it cannot break down. All right, boom, to the upside. Or you have this break up, it doesn't get to the down. This is also a running flat, boom, to the upside. And then we have 3, expanded flat. An expanded flat, you have impulse, correction, break top, break down. This is what is called expanded flat, boom, to the upside. So this is A wave, this is B wave, and this is C wave. All right, this is A, this is B, this is C. A, B, and C. So we now said that this A wave must be impulse, this B wave must be 3 corrective structure, which is correction, and this must be impulse. Before you can name this A wave, before you can name this B wave, and before you can name this C wave. Now, today, we are going to look at what is called complex B correction. Complex B correction. This is a simple concept, but many people will not understand it. And this complex B correction will cause almost everywhere in the chart. But if you don't understand this concept, you won't be able to appropriately distinguish the A wave from B wave and from C wave. And for you to be able to, if you have that knowledge and you are able to appropriately pick out complex B correction inside, then your job is simple. But if you are not able to say with certainty that this wave you are seeing is a complex B correction, you will not be able to appropriately, do your markup and do your forecasting right. For instance, when you have impulse like this, all right, what are you expecting? Maybe you are expecting a flat corrective structure. There's a movement down, all right, and then there is 3-wave structure up, and then there's another movement down. This is already, we have gotten the idea that this is what is called a flat correction. You have A here, you have B, you have C here, right? What of a situation where you have this impulse? After the impulse, you now have another impulse, all right? After that impulse, you now have this impulse again, right? You now have this impulse again. Impulse, 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 all right? And then after that impulse, you now have a correction happening here. Can you see? You have this correction happening here. Then necessarily, you must have this to complement what you have before. You must have this to complement what you have before. Can you see it here? And then that white that come down will now come this way. Can you see? Then after the white comes down to complete the structure, you now have this blue will now move up this way. Can you see? So you can now see that when the white was coming down, you'll be tempted to say is the A wave, which is correct. You have A wave. Can you see? But you have another impulse again. All right, you have impulse, but you know the characteristic of, excuse me, all right, you know the characteristic of A wave. An A wave must be impulsive, a B wave must be corrective, and a C wave must be impulsive. So this first one is A wave, is impulsive. This one that goes up is A wave because it's impulsive. This one that goes up is A wave because it's impulsive. This one is a three-wave correction, which is a B wave. B will be here. And then this one is impulsive, will be what? A C wave. So now, to now label it well, so you now have this A wave of this correction inside. This is three-wave corrective structure. 1, 2, and 3. So this is the A wave of this one, and this is the B wave for the correction, and this is the what? C. Okay? A, this three-wave correction inside is the B, and you have the C here. Then you have the impulse. Boom, impulse, boom. This is called complex B correction. Complex B correction. Can you see? Let me clean up and do it again. You have impulse this way. After the impulse, you now have impulse down. After the impulse down, you have impulse up again. But you cannot trade until you see correction. You are seeing impulse. After this impulse, you now see in blue, you now see a three-wave correction. Now you can identify, okay, this is B. All right, this is B. This is A. A up, B down, and then you must have C to complete it in yellow. C in yellow. So if you do this way, you can see it's a three-wave structure. What did we say is the characteristic? Characteristic of a B wave is that it must be a three-wave structure. So you now have A, B, C. So this is already a B wave here. Boom. And then before this, because this one came down, is A wave, guys. So now you must now have the white to complement it to make a three-wave structure. So in yellow, you now have what? A C wave here. Can you see? So you now have A, B, C. This is the boat that is connecting the iron bar that is in white. All right? So this boat in yellow, that is a three-wave structure, is what is called corrective structure. All right? A flat corrective structure. And then this white here are the two iron bar that has to be joined together with this. Okay? But when you now have this, what do you expect next? The blue must go up for what? Continuation. So you now see that the ABC I label in yellow, A, B, and C has become a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. And this is what is called a complex B correction. Complex B correction. All right? After you have had this, you now have a boom to the upside. Is the concept very clear now? Very clear. So now let me show you example of what is called a complex B correction. I want to show you example of what is called a complex B correction. I'll look for example in the chart. A complex B correction. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. All right. I've already spotted one. So I'm not going to clean up this so that you can get it down. 1, 2, 3. Down. Boom. All right. So let's draw it together. You have this movement up. All right. You have impulse up. in blue. Then in our white, you have another impulse down. Okay? After that, what do you have? What do you have? You have 1, 2, 3. In blue, you have 1, 2, 3. Then what do you have next? In white, down. Okay? And then what do you have next? Continuation. Boom, to the upside. Can you see? Look at this, what I have taught you here. Compare it to what I've just taught you, what I've just shown you here. So let's label it. This is we label this as A here. We label this as small a here, and then small b here, and then C here, and then big C here, and continuation here. Is there a difference from what I've just told you? This is why I told you you must learn theory before the practical. I cannot see a complex B correction and lose it. Why? Because I already know the theory behind the formation of a B complex corrective structure. All right? And that is what I have taught you. So if you watch this video again and again and again, and you master what is called a complex B corrective structure, there is no way you will see impulse. That's the way to recognize it. Impulse. Then you see a correction. Then you see impulse. Complete it. All right? And then downside. This is A, this is B, this is C. This is a complex B corrective structure. All right? What I'm teaching you here is simple. People think it's advanced. They think it's advanced, knowledge. It is not. Just train your eyes to be able to recognize it. Know the characteristic of a B wave and characteristic of A wave, and you are settled. You are settled, honestly. So this is a complex B corrective structure. Let's see if we can still identify. If you want to screenshot, you can screenshot. I'm going to clean up right away. Let's look at, let's see if we can still get another one. Let's see if we can get another one. A complex B corrective structure. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Right. Then if we see flat, we also identify flat for you. All right. This we did yesterday. Here. Boom. All right. After that, you have 1, 2, 3. And then what next? Boom, to the upside. This is a flat corrective structure. Okay. Let's see if we can identify more flat or complex B correction. Okay. All right. Let's see another flat. You see, boom, to the upside. This one. All right. 1, 2, 3. What type of flat is this? This is a running flat, guys. Running flat, then boom, to the upside. And whenever it happens, you discover that after that impulse is made and you see a flat, just know that this leg that is going to form will be equal to this. That's what normally happens. Let me give you an example. Go to let's go to JPY pairs. We are gradually entering chart now. CHF JPY. See what's happening there? This CHF JPY? Yes. All right. So you see, at this point, you have this move. You have this move here. Okay. Now, you see this down, down, up, up. 1, 2, 3. What is this? This is a complex B correction, guys. Complex B correction. Let's draw it well. Let's draw it well. See this down? Down in white. Okay, in blue, you have up, right? In the middle, in white, 1, 2, 3. So this is A, B, and C in the middle. So if you have seen ABC, this is the three-wave corrective structure in the middle. This is the big A in circle, big B in circle, and big C in circle. So this is impulse, and this is three-wave corrective structure, boom, to the upside. How do we know it's going to reverse here? How did we know? It's because market has closed. If not, I was going to tell you to market execute from here. Me, I market executed from here. I've taken my 30 pips and I'm gone because today is Friday. Okay, how did I know it was going to reverse here? How? Because I've seen this big A, big B, and then C here. And A, I have the formula. A wave theory formula. A is usually equal to C. I've seen A here equal to C here. Immediately this one equal to this one. I told myself, close this buy. I close the buy about 90 something pips. All right. As I close it, I market executed from here without looking for any correction because I already see that this is equal to this. Okay, because of loss of momentum, I had to get out of the trade. Do you understand now? So this is a complex B correction down, 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then down. Can you see? Let's see if we can spot more complex B correction. Let's see if we can spot more complex B correction. Let's see if we can spot more. So by now somebody should be jumping up for proper understanding of flat corrective structure. Down, want to recognize flat now. 1, 2, 3 in the middle. What type of flat is this guy? This is a regular flat. And then what do you have next? Boom, to the downside. Can you see? Simple. Even if it is only this one, you know, you will trade. Any trade you pick will be perfect. All right. Can you see a regular flat in the middle and then boom to the upside? Okay. Somebody who is coming here afresh, we say, what is it that these people are doing? Think you said you want to analyze the chart. Yes. I've discovered that many people fail in Forex because they want to do the practical before the theory. That's why they fail. They want to do the practical before the theory. I cannot work that way. You must learn the theory before the practical. It's only when you learn the theory that you understand what they are talking about there. Okay, so let's see. Let's now go and check our charts. All right. Remember, if you are joining us for the first time, if we are thrown off this link, we can only use it for, it's free. It's only 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, I will send another link, you join again. You're able to do 80 minutes, okay? So now, I'm going to tell you a new thing today. Whenever you are analyzing chart, there is something I want you to always check. Always check DXY. DXY. This is what tells us what is happening in the market. If DXY is not moving, guys, nothing will happen in the market. Any day that nothing is happening in the market, I know that DXY is not moving. And if you go and check DXY, you will see that it's moving. Okay? Guys, it's moving. Now, let me show you something on the daily, on DXY. You see, when this structure came, all right, this structure came, and then you have a three-wave pullback here. What is this guy? What type of corrective structure is this guy? What type of corrective structure is this, guys? This is a running flat.
Running flat. Running flat.
Yes, a running flat. This is a running flat corrective structure. Okay? After this running flat corrective structure, you must have this boom to the upside and to the downside. A C wave. This is A, this is B, and this is C. But then, I must have to tell you something very clearly at this moment. There is what is called AB-based pattern. I promise you that everything I know as far as forex is concerned, I'm going to teach you. And that's what I'm doing exactly here. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No way, no way. This is what is called AB-based pattern. After the impulse, you have a 3-wave correction, which is 1, 2, 3. Do you notice that after correction, 3-wave correction finish here, you have a structure, 1, 2, before you now have this boom to the downside. Do you notice it? So this AB is part of the correction, right? It's part of the correction, but it's not part of the 3-wave pullback. You notice that after the 3-wave pullback, you now have AB. After AB, let me label it. You have 3 waves here, 1, 2, 3, and after you have A, you have B, and then boom to the downside. This is called AB-based pattern. Impulse, impulse, 1, 2, 3. After the 1, 2, 3, you now have A, B, A, B. All right? This is what we call AB-based pattern. But in conventional forex, they call it what? Double top, double bottom. All right? But in wave analysis, we call it AB-based pattern. After 1, 2, 3, 3-wave pullback, you now have A, B. After I make double top, you now have boom, 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 boom to the downside. This is called AB-based pattern. You get it now. You get the concept now. So impulse, 1, 2, 3, then A, B, then boom. That time that this boom was happening in the market, that was an indication of weakness of USD. Okay? And whenever this happens, that DXY is going in one direction, something will happen. What is that thing that will happen? Euro USD will go to the upside. Gold will go to the upside. Can you see? So you can see these 3 waves here. If I take you to Euro USD chart, you are going to see something. Let's go to Euro USD chart. Euro USD. Euro USD. All right, daily. Can you see? Can you see? Let me make it clear for you. All right. You see? Impulse. Impulse. Let me draw it. All right. So you have a movement down like this. You have 1, 2, 3. Can you see? The 3-wave pullback. And what do you have next? Boom, 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 boom to the downside. That's what you are expecting now. Boom, boom, boom to the downside for Euro USD. Can you see? It's preparing now to go to the downside. Go and check. If you go and check DXY now, it will be preparing to go to the upside because they are doing the opposite. Check DXY. DXY. Can you see? After the 3-wave pullback, it's now ready to move to the upside. How? Impulse, 1, 2, 3, AB-based pattern, boom. So you can see that A, this is A, this is B, this is C. So A now is almost equal to what? C. And when it is equal to C, what do we expect? To the upside. And if you are a lover of trend line, you draw a trend line this way, you see that the trend line matches this level perfectly. So this level is having several touches on this ascending trend line. So from here, we expect DSY to correct and then begin to go to the upside. And as DSY is going to the upside, what is the implication? The implication is that USD will strengthen. USD will strengthen by next week. We are expecting USD to strengthen. And if USD will strengthen next week, what is going to happen is that Euro USD, we are going to be looking at sell opportunity. We are not going to look for buy opportunity. We are going to be selling Euro USD. If USD is strengthening, the value of gold will drop. Value of gold will drop. We are going to look for sell opportunity on gold and silver, next week, and copper, all those metals. Why? Because USD is strengthening. Do you get it now? So that is how you look at the market from the perspective of USD, US index. All right? Because if US index is not moving at all, be sure that the market will be very quiet. Two things determine movement in the market: GBP, and then US index, which is called DXY. These are two things that determine movement in the market, because if S&P, what is called S&P 500, if it's performing well, all right, it's going to reflect on DXY. You are going to see DXY moving very fast. And if DXY is moving very fast, you are going to see it with Euro USD having volume and moving very fast too. Okay? But even if DXY is nothing is happening on DXY, and GBP is having a great news, there will also be what? Volatility in the market. All right? So I think we are clear with this. So that is the first way you analyze your chart. You must look at DXY and see what is happening. If you are able to get the analysis of DXY correctly, be sure you are going to be able to trade many pair correctly. All right? It's a guide. We use it as a guide in our trading. Okay, so now let's start our analysis with DXY. See this trend line? DXY is respecting this trend line, guys. See it? Yeah, it's how I draw my trend line. Some people will say you must bring it to this place. No way. I don't do my own like that. I do it on average. Okay, and now I will now teach you something today. Anytime you make your trend line this way and you discover that the trend line is broken to the downside here, you wait. Allow this market to close to the upside. When it has closed bullish to the upside, green candle, bullish to the upside, just know you are what? You are going back to the other side. Let it correct on smaller time frame, take it up. But in as much as it's still below this trend line, no action on the pair. So let it close above it before you take action. Is that clear? So that is DXY. DXY is expected to go up next week. And then what's the implication? Euro USD. We're expecting Euro USD to move to the downside when markets resume next week. Daily, see Euro USD, right? You make impulse and three-wave pullback, right? Impulse. First and foremost, you have this big impulse to the upside. Sorry, another column. You have this big impulse to the upside. Then you have three-wave pullback. Okay. Then you must have another impulse to the upside for continuation. But instead, what does it give you, guys? It gives you another three-wave corrective structure to the upside. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what are you expecting next? You are expecting another three-wave to the downside. 1, 2, 3. And this becomes what? WXY. And after that, push to the upside. This is the analysis of Euro USD, guys. Euro USD. This is WXY. Now, if you don't understand what WXY means, I will now teach you. Listen attentively, because you have learned flat corrective structure. Then you must also know what WXY is all about. Okay, now listen to me very well. If you have impulse here, you have 1, 2, 3. What are you expecting, guys? You are expecting continuation. Is that not? But if you have impulse, 1, 2, 3, instead of continuation, you now have another 1, 2, 3. When you have it like this, guys, this pair is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It must come down, because I've been telling you this. There is no way you can replace a continuation impulse with a corrective structure, with a three-wave corrective structure. No way. You must have it 1, 2, 3 down again. So when you have this 1, 2, 3 down, That is when this pair is at equilibrium and it is justified to now move for continuation. This is where you now have what? Boom, to the upside. This become A, B, C. And because you have three wave move down, A, B, C, you have three wave move up, A, B, C, three wave move down, A, B, C. Then you have 3, 3, 3 structure. 3, 3, 3 structure. So because you have three wave pullback in opposite direction of this main trend, just like this, look at it. Main trend, you have three wave pullback. Any three wave pullback against the direction of the trend, which is up, against that direction is called W. Then any three wave pullback in the direction of the trend is called X. And again, we are expecting a three wave pullback against the direction of the trend. It's called Y. Because you call this one W, the next three wave pullback against the main trend will be called Y. And if you have 1, 2, 3 again, you call it X again, right? Then you must have another 1, 2, 3, which is called what? Z. This is the end of this corrective structure. From here, you can have a push to the upside. This one become W, X, Y, X, Z, corrective structure. When it happens in 3 times, you now have 3, 3, 3, 3 structure. But somebody will tell me that, but this one is a flat, it's a regular flat. Yes, it's a flat. The structure of a flat, which I forgot to tell you, is what? 3, 3, 5 structure. This is the structure of a flat. That is impulse, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one, A, B, C, push up. This last one must carry a 5 wave. All right? This is what is called a flat corrective structure. The behavior is a 3, 3, 5 structure. When you say 5 structure here, it doesn't mean that you must see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you carry impulse like this, it's the same thing as 5-way structure. Remember, if we are thrown out of this meeting after 40 minutes, you can join. You can join me back. You can send you a link. You join back. We still have 40 minutes. Today is Friday. All right? So now, let's go. So, but if you don't have it like that, and you have 3, 3, 3, you call it WXY. But if you have 3, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is no longer WXY. It has become ABC. Because it is what? 3, 3, 5 structure. Do you understand now? It has become 3, 3, 5 structure. And I will show you an example in the chart to illustrate all this theory. This is what I mean when I said you must learn theory before practical, which many of you don't want to do. You want to learn the practical before the theory. You want to go and trade before you learn the nitty-gritty of trading itself. And that's the origin of failure. Do you understand? So now, if you now have a 3, 3, 3 structure like this, and it's a flat corrective structure, you can now call it WXY flat. If you have a 3, 3, 5 like this, which is also a flat corrective structure, you call it what? ABC flat. This is an extension over the flat corrective structure that we discussed yesterday. This is an extension. All right? So because this is a flat, this is a flat. But this one is carrying a 3, 3, 5 structure. 3, 3, 5 structure. This one here. 3, 3, 5 structure. We call it ABC flat. This one is carrying 3, 3, 3 structure. We call it WXY flat. Okay. That is what I have also drawn for you in the USD, Euro USD. Impulse 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're expecting 1, 2, 3 to make what? A WXY and then push to the upside. So if you want to buy Euro USD, guys, you have to wait until we make a 3 to break this low. Once you break this low, prepare for the buy opportunity for the upside. Okay, so that is the way you look at the market. Now let's look at Euro, AUD, AUD USD, AUD USD, AUD USD. All right, AUD USD. A lovely pair. made a lot of money from here, pick it up from here to the up. It was a lovely trade here to the upside, but now we are out. Okay, now let's sending chart. Don't worry, we are going to look at Euro, NZD, and GBP. Come back for the second half. Our time is almost up for this. We'll come back for the second half. Now, let's see what this chart is talking about. We have this structure here. You have, after this movement, right? You have this structure, very instructive. All right, you have three waves, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I taught you something. If you have a three-wave pullback, 1, 2, 3, it is either you have correction this way and boom to the upside, or you have 1, 2, 3, boom to the downside and correction, boom for more downside. This is the pattern I taught you, and this is the pattern you always see in the market. Before we proceed, I want to show you a running flat. Can you see? Boom, boom, A, B, and C. You cannot know all this that I'm teaching you and you